Good afternoon, everyone. Gabe Velazquez here with you, transparenttradesolutions.com on a Friday. Big sell-off, lots of rotation. I want to get right into the charts. Also, I have that class coming up Tuesday. Very, apropos really with what's happening in the market today. A lot of the Trump trades being unwound. We've got pharma getting hit because of the RFK nomination. He's not very friendly to the drug companies. We've got semiconductors getting smoked, a lot of them. So a lot of interesting situation. Now, I have to tell you, I mean, I've been talking about the possible, the VIX getting down to 14 and sentiment getting extended. Not surprised at the move, more surprised at what's happening under the surface. So you can see clearly the NASDAQ under pressure here with semiconductors mainly getting hit. Some of these stocks like AMAT got hammered last night with earnings. AMD hitting 135. These are going to present opportunities coming up. I'm going to do some of that when we do our class on Tuesday. So go ahead and register for that class. It's going to be Tuesday at 11 Pacific. Probably it's going to be interesting to see if they basically, what tends to happen is the whole kind of post-election rally could be in jeopardy here, basically unwinding the whole thing down to here, which is where we actually, had the rally. This is not unusual. And again, I've been writing about this, talking to my members about not chasing up here. And you can see basically we're actually below where we were, the highs, when the election happened right in here. And we're basically way below. So nothing's happened. There's no progress in the S&P or the NASDAQ for the entire month so far. You can see the high actually even way before the election last month was 59.27. We're sitting at 59. So basically nothing going on here. The only, and then Bitcoin I've been talking about, which this is actually hanging on to the gains. Still think it's going to go to 100K. This is the only one that's kind of holding here. And then the Russell also was supposedly going to rally here. This is going to present some opportunities. This is also unwinding. I anticipated that maybe rates breaking 450 on the 10-year were actually going to be the trigger for the sell-off, but clearly that didn't happen because rates didn't do anything today. And they're kind of just churning here. Is there still a shot above 450? We'll have to see. Similarly, I thought the dollar, the dollar is really highly correlated to the rates. That's still hanging very, very strong. And is it going to break out the dollar at 107? It's getting pretty extended, but it doesn't pull back. This is going to be the key. If rates go higher, you probably are going to get a further extension down to the downside on this rally. So we'll see how that goes. Again, all these factors are pressuring the metals. You can see silver probably headed back down to 29. Gold also under pressure here a little bit, trying to hang on to this 25.50. And then nothing really happening in oil. It's dead in the water here. Looks like that's going maybe headed lower. I mean, it's come down to these levels and held every single time. Today, it's just been kind of just meandering, really. Nothing much going on with oil. They're trying to break down. They could break them down below 65. If that's the case, then we're probably going to 62. And then nat gas just bouncing back and forth between 3 and 370. Filled that gap from Sunday. We're right back up again. Couldn't get above 3, back down to 2. Pretty good range here for those who want to trade ranges until we break out either to the upside. Looks like it still wants to break out to the upside, but you never know with this thing. It's so volatile. That's one thing about trading is that the volatility is there and you can just kind of gauge your back and forth entry points. So that kind of pretty much sums it up. It'll be interesting how the rotation continues next week. Remember, this was a rotational rally. JPM sitting at all-time highs today. So if you look at the various sectors, you got JPM sitting right near the highs. You've got, energy stocks. Some of these energy stocks are right near the high on one hand, and then you've got stocks like AMAT just getting smoked today. That was on an earnings situation. You also have I just mentioned AMD, some of the pharma stocks, like Lilly, um, all the pharma stocks are just getting just totally annihilated today. Um, so you see Lilly just, you know, so that's the rotation today. You can see Lilly just getting beat down. Uh, and so this is an interesting dynamic. Again, lots of this having to do with all the election and policy situations, which again speaks to what I'm going to be talking about when we do our class on Tuesday. So make sure you sign up and at least spend an hour with me exploring all these different situations. Okay. All right. Have a great weekend. See you on Tuesday. Take care.